Okay. You sure you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to turn you up. Count to 3. Say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's better than nothing. I'll leave it there. Okay, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
My voice is a little tired. I've been busy all day and I'm really sleepy right now. But I wanted to get this off my chest. And I'm glad you are able to join me. You're going to be able to give me about, 2 hours. No, I'm just kidding. 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
While I'm in the car.
All right. Well, I'll get right to it. Your post today about my most recent podcast. I kind of wanted to talk about it because I'm not sure of what you mean. By the way, swim is about that, saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And sometimes if you don't understand what's being said, it's okay to ask to get clarity. I like to do it all the time. So do you remember what your post was?
I remember the gist of it, yes.
Well, tell me would you rather just tell me the gist, or would you rather me to read it back to you?
Oh, if you have it in front of you, read it to me.
Of course I have it in front of me.
I don't have it in front of me, so...
My trusty assistant has it all right in front of me. We have some copy points and a whole lot of stuff. So you ready? It says, I guess your guest did not or didn't get the last word with your conclusion. I am pro-death if that is what you want to call it. I have no issue with my moral compass. God and I can chat about my beliefs when he sees fit. So, you want to tell me the gist of what you meant, or you want me to call out every little individual thing that got me a little jacked up in the collar?
Well...
Oh, why are you laughing?
That was funny to me.
Why is it funny to you?
I don't know, because you kind of...
You know why I think it's funny to you? Because I think you're being controlled by the devil now. And that's what the devil... That's what the devil does, make people laugh about things whenever they, try to torment them or aggravate them, and they think it's funny. There's a name for that. It's a psychological name. It's called like some type of sickness when you enjoy watching people suffer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not saying you have that, but you're laughing when I said, something is actually hurting my feelings a little bit.
I don't know why it hurt your feelings. All I said was, number one, you told your guest for him to give you his last thoughts or words.
Right.
Which he did, and then you gave your last thoughts or words. So it really wasn't the last thoughts or words. His thoughts wasn't the last thoughts or words. Your thoughts are the last thoughts or words. So that's what I said when I said you gave your conclusion, which was really the last thoughts. And that's how your show is set up, I guess.
So that would be considered petty, that what you're complaining about.
Okay, if you want to say it that
way.
No,
I'm asking you, do you think it's petty? That's what we're doing. We're talking about it. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just asking a question. So for me to give my guest the last words, and then I close out and say goodnight to my audience, that's me having the last word. Is that what you're saying? Is that petty or no?
No, it just seems like they don't get the last word. You do.
Well, if I don't get the last word, it wouldn't be like a type of show / podcast, because as the host, the guests, is sometimes there when I start, sometimes they're not. But it's almost like, if a guest preacher comes to a church and the home, team introduce them and then they speak, then they'll come up and do either an altar call or a collection or, offering or something. And then they'll say, okay, everybody is dismissed. The guest usually doesn't dismiss the audience. And although you view it as the last word, I look at it as dismissing the audience. So why does it have to be negative, I guess? Because
It doesn't have to be. I was
oh,
just saying the
I
point
called
of
it I
how I
called it
saw it.
petty. I'm sorry. It's petty for you to point that out.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I think so, because I don't understand your justification for it.
Okay. Well, I
So are
guess
you
maybe
saying that I'm
not.
being misleading? I'm misleading the audience or my guest by saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you the last words or the closing statements," and then because I come back, I'm I'm being false, or I'm not being true because I do say good night or have some, some good night remarks as opposed to, So what is the point in suggesting that I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, or it's a problem? What is the problem? I don't get it.
It's not really a problem. I think maybe it's a different word to use, and I don't know what the other word might be
Well, you need to
in
have it
terms
if
of.
you're going to complain about it. What would you like? Because I think I'm going to officially change it right now. How should I
I don't
dismiss my
know.
guest?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, so we'll move on from that. You ready for the next
Yeah.
one?
Sure.
You said that you are pro-death, if that's what you want to call it. The capital YOU was me.
Yes, because you were saying that that's what people are. They're pro-death if they believe in abortion.
Well, I didn't say people were pro-death, death, if they believe in abortion. I didn't say that. If I did, I don't recall. Do you recall me actually saying that if people believe in that that's what they are? Or did I say that that's what I think it is in general, not the people? Like, okay, supporting abortion, another word for it is pro-death. And I didn't say that there's some people that may not be. I'm not saying they are. I'm just bringing attention to how it is looked at and what it is called. What could you just give me other than abortion? Can you give me another thing to call it? I would like to know. You can't?
No.
So you're just offended that I said pro-death. If you didn't give it much thought, you probably would not have complained about it, especially posting. You're posting that you are pro-death, and if that's what I want to call it, I'm not calling it that. I was just asking. Even the title of the live stream. Hold on a second. Hold on. Even the title of the live stream says life or pro-death with a question mark. I was asking.
Yeah, but maybe you should go back and listen to your wrap-up.
Maybe I should, but now that I'm clearing it up, I'm saying that I'm not saying that people are. If they are, then they are. But it's not the gist of my point. It was more of a question, or the act itself. If the act itself is another word for pro-death. So I don't recall pointing out specifically that people were.
Okay, so you're saying the act is pro-death.
I think, okay. and if I didn't, I'm making it clear now. I'm going to have to go back and listen to myself. I don't think I indicated that I was criticizing anybody or calling anybody out, and those who may have been hit are obviously complaining now. But I didn't say nobody's name. I didn't say anything like that. I just made a comment about. Wow, I'm sorry. I made a comment about the act itself, because I wasn't necessarily talking about people, although I talked about, what they do. And I think there is a difference. So I wasn't criticizing anyone.
We can say okay. The man in the past.
So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move past that with my little time left. And then you said you have no issues. It says I have no issues with my moral compass. Why did you think I was talking about you? Because I didn't call your name or any name. Why do you feel the need to say whether you have issues with your moral compass? I didn't criticize your moral compass. You were not even a part of.
I was just wanting to state that for myself.
I know, but
you did not say that about me specifically. You can say all your podcasts about nobody specifically. But I am just telling you about my. Um, I felt like I needed to say that in terms of the fact that I'm a pro-death person, but I'm okay with being a pro-death person. That's all. Because you were saying somebody that commits abortion are selfish and pro-death and all of these things. And so I just want to let you know that that's not how I feel about myself. That's not how I think of people who have abortions are pro-death and or.
Okay, can you stop for a second? Hold on.
Sure.
Once again, I am not talking about people as much as I am talking about the act. If you are attaching yourself to the act, then you are the one who's criticizing yourself. Or you are the one who's raising your hand and admitting that you are that. I didn't say any particular person was. The act itself, I find, based on my understanding of English and words and the meaning of words, that particular act can be labeled pro-death. I keep saying death. Can be labeled pro-death and not be inaccurate in its description.
Okay.
And so when you say it's what I want to call it, I don't call it that. I just acknowledge that that's what it is. I didn't name that act or the description of the act. So when you said I am pro-death, if that's what you want to call it, you are.
That's what you did call it.
Well, no, I didn't call it that as much as I identified that that's what it was. If I'm calling it that, I'm either taking it out of context or I am the originator of it. It is that without me calling it that. I'm just acknowledging that it is. So if I see a Cocker Spaniel, at the dog park and I said, that's a Cocker Spaniel. You called it a Cocker Spaniel. Yeah, I did, because for one, that's exactly what it is. And two, that's what it was long before I saw it. I just identified what it was. So when you put the capital YOU in, that's what you call it. It could possibly be that, okay, maybe I'm calling it something that it's not. So the fact that you.
So you're saying that you're using those words, pro-death and abortion, simultaneously.
Well, what I'm saying is that an abortion, to support abortion, the support of abortion is another name or way of expressing pro-death.
Okay, that's fine. And I'm saying I'm okay with pro-death.
Well, I get it. Obviously you are. Okay, but I'm not just calling it that. Tell me how it's not that. Tell me how it's not pro-death. The support.
But if it's used in the same reference of being abortion equals pro-death, I'm saying that okay, I am then a pro-death supporter because you are equating it to pro-death.
No, I'm not. I'm identifying that it is. Are you saying, is it okay? This is yes or no question. Is it pro-death? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. When you said if it's what I want to call it, are you suggesting that I'm taking it out of context, or I'm labeling it or giving it a name or identifying that that's what it is? Because your "you" was capitalized. And I think I'm going to move on because I want to be respectful of your time. I think I'm, getting, I guess, whatever my point is that you made. And I'm glad you're letting me get it off my chest. You have no issues with you have no issues with your moral compass. Okay. So do you think pro-death is a good thing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Pro-death is a good thing?
Yes.
How?
If I feel that pro-death is
No. Can you stop for a second? Not if you feel. Is it or is it not? Because you might feel it is, but I feel that it's cold outside at 50 degrees. But cold as far as freezing, where it makes a difference, is 32 degrees. So just because I think it's cold the ultimate cold is borderline like freezing. So I can feel like it is, but it may not be. So what you're saying is you feel like it's a good thing. Is it a good thing, or you just feel like it's a good thing?
Pro-death can be a good thing.
I didn't say if it could be. I can imagine in some rare cases where, the killing of a child or abortion, it might be at least accepted, or what is the word? I don't have a word for where it might be. What is the word I'm looking for? An exception. That's not what I'm talking about. My direct question to you is, do you feel like abortion is a good pro-death, not abortion? Do you feel like being pro-death and supporting pro-death is a good thing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now tell me how or why.
I believe that the choice to, in the case of abortion, is a good thing for women to be able to have that ability.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I understand that. Maybe I agree with that, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the support of taking the life of another being. You think that you're saying that is considered a good thing, and I understand why. I'm not talking about the choice, to do it. I'm talking about actually doing it. I guess the choice is good. To take the life of another being, you think is a good thing. You can just say yes or no. You're saying, it sounds like you're saying yes. I'm just asking for clarity.
Yes, I was saying yes.
Okay, now, again, explain why again. And I guess I'm not letting you finish because you'll say something that I'm not necessarily contesting. Tell me why taking the life of a healthy, naturally conceived life.
Well, you're just changing it all up.
I am changing it up. Well, you can change it up too.
Well, yeah, I can. So,
hold on. Let me finish asking the question. I want to be clear.
That's what you want to be?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me ask it again. You are saying that taking the life of a naturally conceived embryo of a healthy mother or mother-to-be woman and a healthy fetus is a good thing, yes or no?
Yes.
And now I'm waiting again for you to tell me why, because this is the last one. I want to hear.
Choice for a woman.
Hold on. Not the choice. Just hear me now.
No, I don't. You don't get to tell me. You don't get to do that. If I say yes or no, I answer yes, and then I can explain.
I know,
but you don't get to tell me how I get to explain by
hold
saying,
on a second.
Hold on, you can't.
I'm asking. Hold on. But what you're about to do is tell me something that I'm not asking. I understand the choice is a good thing in your mind, in your heart, in your opinion. I'm not talking about the choice. I know the choice has to be included in the act. I'm talking about the act. And I'm asking you based on what I ask you. It sounds like your answer is changing. And it's okay if you're not going to cooperate with what I'm asking, then we can move on. But I would like clarity. I'm not talking about the choice.
About what, Travis?
I'm telling you. I'm in the middle of telling you while
So just leave it at that. The answer is yes to your question. And I don't need to explain it.
Okay, so hold on now. Before I ask you, you said you were doing it just to shut me up or something like that. I want to hear you say, make sure. That. Hold on. I want to make sure that you're not just answering just to get off the phone or to let me go, that you are confirming that you believe that taking the life of a healthy fetus and mother and woman, ending the life of another being, is a good thing. You're saying yes to that. Okay. Yes. All right, good. Thanks. Now I'm clear. And the very last one, you probably don't have to respond, but I'm going to respond. You said God and I can chat about my beliefs when he sees fit. I'm going to go ahead and say that, you know what? I think he will chat about it when he sees fit.
Okay.
And I'm just agreeing with that. I think he will. And I think that is the only real judge. I'm just giving my opinion. I want you to know that I'm not judging you. And I still love you the same. I am kind of perplexed, of your belief in that. But I'm not judging you at all. Do you believe I am? Yes or no?
No.
I promise you I'm not. I'm acknowledging something that has obviously become important to me. And talking about it is, like I said, my swim is always therapy for me. When I get to hear other perspectives, whether I like them or agree with them or not, is no knock against the person or their right to have an opinion. So I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking the opinion. I'm glad you were able to put up with me aggravating you to where I got clarity. And then I'll just move on and I'll talk about it. I'll air this like normal. And then I guess I'll get feedback. But I am a little perplexed at your response to that. Is a perplexed a bad thing? Yes or no?
No. No.
Okay. And it's not a slight way of judging you.
No, I don't feel that way at all.
You don't feel negatively picked on.
Not at all.
Okay, good.
Because I know where you believe, and I am okay with that. So it's okay. That's the beauty of the world. We can all have different thoughts and opinions and beliefs about things. So it's okay.
you know the different. You know what a belief is, right?
What is a belief?
A belief is the accepting of something that may or may not be factual or true.
Okay.
So when you say, I just believe in something, that could be accurate, but it's not just a belief. It's more like a knowing of something. I know that act itself is not a good thing. And again, it's just my opinion based on, I guess, some sort of moral facts. So to say that what you agreed to was a good thing is not just a belief for me. It is knowing based on proof, facts, and good solid evidence. So it's not just a belief. Okay. Well, I guess you made it to your destination. You're going to go.
Yes, I'm getting ready to pull up to my house.
I tell you, it is late. I guess I've got to get used to having different voices. So I apologize for the sound of my voice. This is what a tired voiceover talent host, MC or whatever I am right now. That's what it's called.
Oh,
so,
okay.
and then again,
Well,
I could be a little
tired,
touched
too.
because this is a touchy subject to me. So. Yeah.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you.
Okay. So you good for the rest of the night?
I sure am.
Thank you. You gave me a little more time than I expected, but it was worth it to me.
Okay, well, I'm back.
Okay, now I'm going to hang up because I can only imagine you don't have any last words. I wish you did. Because if you do have some last words, I want you to say them, and then I'm going to say goodnight to my audience. So please have a last word.
I really don't. I'm glad that you found some clarity with all of this, and like you said, it's important to you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I love you and I appreciate you.
Love you.
Okay, and I'm about to close out to the audience, so you can tune in and listen while I close out.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.
There you have it, my friends. Another guest in another edition of Swim, SWYM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. I am a little tired. I hear it and I feel it. My body just feels like I've been busy, and I have. But closing out, this will probably be the last episode, of my thoughts on the abortion pro-death or anti-life Just wanted to bring awareness to it. I can imagine many people will not agree with something, and it doesn't make them good or bad. It just makes them have a different way of seeing things, just a different perspective. And I guess that's cool. I guess it's a right to be able to feel, think, and believe in different ways. But I do believe that there are some things that are not necessarily just a belief or not even necessarily a preference. But I think my original topic was inhumane. I still think it's inhumane, and maybe that's what I should have asked my guests. And if you are listening, maybe you can just rephrase it now and say you think it's inhumane instead of good or bad, because good or bad really is a type of perspective, and that's what I'll leave my audience with, and I'll change it. And you can just think about it, because I don't think I'll do another one of these. Is the taking of another being's life, especially one that has the desire to live, and there's a strong factual, I guess there is strong factual evidence of anything growing has a natural desire to want to and attempt to survive. So the new question is not necessarily is it good or bad, but is the taking of a life inhumane or just very comfortable and kind thing to do? A very comfortable and kind thing to do. Is it inhumane, or is it just wonderful? And I guess since it's just wonderful, why don't we have shows then and put them on? How about that? Abortion shows. Since it's a good thing, let's have a party the next time somebody's going to have an abortion. How about that? Sick, isn't it? Find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it. Show it. Mean it. Let it be true. Good night.